Where's my?
I think you all have to say that it's okay for me to record you.
Got
If
it.
you are not okay with it, you can turn off your camera and just rename yourself without a name. That's absolutely fine. Yeah. But if you are able and you just got in, please rename yourself by adding the name of your club. And if you have a district title, you can do that as well. We're going to start off with a little Can you all hear and see that?
Yes.
We are the light of the world.
You share inspired and serve. Together is better. Near or far, people of action, that's who we are.
In all we think, we say we do.
Seek the truth, is it fair to all to build goodwill and better friendships? Ask ourselves, would it benefit all? Where there is faith, all things are possible. Where there is hope, there will be miracles. Where there is kindness, there will be healing. Tomorrow will be better. Just keep believing. Where there is gratitude, there is no fear. Where there's respect, there will be no barriers. Where there is peace, there'll be no suffering. Together we'll be stronger. Just keep believing. Where there is love, there will be life, and a world that continues to thrive. Where there is love, there will be life, and a world that continues to thrive. Where there is love, there will be life, and a world that continues to thrive. Where there is love, there will be life, and a world that continues to thrive.
Where there is love, there will be life.
No.
Where there is love.
Can't hear you, Christine. Still can't hear you, Christine.
Christine, you're muted.
I
Yeah.
know, sorry about that. I have two monitors and my cursor was on the wrong one. Sorry about that. I wanted to give you a little bit of inspiration to start off this meeting. So I want to welcome you all to the pre-pets. This has normally been in person, but it is going to be virtual today. Many clubs do not even have a president as of yet, and some have difficulties to be able to find somebody to do it, for the time that we need them to. So with that said, we have invited clubs to send a representative, which is, sorry about that, which is what we are going to do from here on in. We want to make sure that all clubs are getting the information, even when people can't come to an event. So thank you so much for President-elect, sitting presidents, district officers, and especially those of you that have simply stepped up so that we can all be together tonight and you can get this information for your clubs. So here we go. Are you seeing the slide over here that says welcome to pre-pets? Yes?
Yep,
Yes.
got it.
Okay, just want to make sure. So this is our pre-pets. This is simply to get you ready to go to pets. One thing that I've learned is that clubs, even in my own club, we don't really get the big Rotary picture. We know there's the district, we know there's district grants, but we don't often see the power of all of those 1.4 million that we constantly talk about, right? So the basic Rotary simple structure, really simple. Rotary International, we all know about that. 1.4 million people on the planet Earth. That includes Rotaractors. Now, in Rotary International, we break it down then to zones. There are 34 zones as of last time we checked. We are in zone 32. So District 7890, to which we're all members, part of zone 32, which includes 22 other districts besides us. Imagine that, how many? District 7890, we are clubs in Western Massachusetts and Northern Connecticut. All of your clubs. Do you see what it is holding up this tree? It's the clubs. This is the most important layer, your people in your towns, in Southwick, in Putnam, in the Berkshires, in Holyoke, in Hartford, in Salisbury, all across the western part here of Connecticut and in Mass. The clubs are the most important part of this puzzle. And that's why we spend so much time making sure that our presidents and clubs are well educated about everything that Rotary has to offer. And that is why we are here today. Right now, I want you to meet your governor tract and your district and zone officers. So if you don't mind, I'll start. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Christine Burns. I am district governor-elect. I will be district governor July 1 through the Rotary year when you or your incoming president takes office. And it's my job to support you. The only reason governors and district officers and zone officers exist is to support the clubs. That is incredibly important. Vin, can you introduce yourself, please? Vin Marinero, are you here? I know you are.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Vin Marinero from Pittsfield, and I'm going to be taking over after Christine and before April. So I am very happy to be part of a great team that's going to have continuity and our programs and in support of your clubs. So welcome.
Thank you, Vin. April, could you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, hi, I'm April Beston. I am actually, along with being district treasurer and DGND, which means I'll be taking the district governor role after Vin. I'm also president of my own club for this year, next year, and club treasurer as well. So I got a few things going on, but I'm loving every second of it. So I'm so glad to see you all here. Most of you I've met already. If I haven't met you, hopefully I will do so at Pets. And please come up and say hi.
Thank you, April. Now, if we could have our past district governors introduce themselves. Mark,
Hi, my name is Mark Glass. I'm the past district governor of year 2021.
Thanks, Mark. And you're from the,
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm from East Hartford.
thank you very much. And Mark is going to have a very important job as of July 1, because he is going to be the assistant governor coordinator. So his job is to support your AGs who support you. Eileen, would you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. I'm from the West Hartford Rotary Club, and Rick Liftig is our leader coming in. We're all very proud of him. I was district governor in 12-13, and right now I'm an officer of the Zone 32. I'm the Regional Rotary Foundation Coordinator.
Thank you, Eileen. Prasad. Oh, Eileen, by the way, is my trainer. So I am incredibly grateful to have her wealth of knowledge and expertise to help me guide me into my year and beyond. Prasad, would you introduce yourself? Prasad, are you there?
Probably muted.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
There
back.
you are. Okay.
I'm Prasad Menon from Simsbury Granby Rotary Club. I was district governor about 100 years ago, 2010, 2011. Currently, I serve as the district foundation chair. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you. And Prasad is my vice governor. That is the fancy way to say that he is my designated survivor. So I promise to eat right, exercise, and not go bungee jumping.
Yeah, no bungee jumping. Yep.
No bungee jumping. Have I missed any past district governors? Past?
Our district governor is there.
Thank you. Randy, last but not least, you are not past, which is why I saved you for last.
Well, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Yes, I'm the present district governor. Hopefully I've met just about everyone on this call. I've only got 4 clubs left to visit, so if I haven't met you, I will be meeting you very soon. So welcome.
Thank you. And last but most certainly not least, our assistant district governors. When I call your name, if you could say who you are, your home club, your area, and the clubs that you support. Vinny, you can go first. Vin is, as well as being in the governor track, is serving as assistant governor in the Berkshires. Are you there, Vinny?
I'm here, and I've been doing this for about, I'd say 15 years, and it's a 3-year term. So I could use somebody to step up in Berkshire County, but I'm going to carry the banner for the next year until I am district governor, but then we need to get a replacement.
And
Welcome.
which clubs do you support, Vin?
Berkshire County, Williamstown, North Adams, Pittsfield, Great Barrington, and Dalton Rotary clubs. There's 5 active clubs in Berkshire County.
Thank you. Randy Sabowski.
Sorry, I was muted. I left my laptop at my office, so I'm on my cell phone, so I don't have a video. But
Okay.
my name is Randy Sabowski. I am the current assistant governor for Area 6, which is East Hartford, Glastonbury, South Windsor, Manchester, and my own club, Rockville.
Thank you. And Randy is stepping back from that after serving us so well and serving you so well. Mark Glass will be taking over that, but we are definitely going to find something for Randy to do.
I'm sure.
Okay. Maurice.
Hello, I'm Maurice Poe. I haven't really learned my number. I thought I was 2, but then they told me I might be 3, but I think we're 5. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna give you the clubs.
Okay.
Southwick, Westfield, Agawam, West Springfield, and my home club, Springfield.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being with us today. Pam Lupoli. Pam?
You're muted, Pam.
Oh, I am. Oh, all right, I'll start over again. Hi, everybody. I'm Pamela Poley, and I have Area 7, and I am from the Windsor Locks Club, which I also have as an AG. I have Simsbury, Bloomfield, Suffield, Summers, and Enfield.
Thank you. And last but certainly not least, Brendan Goodrich.
There we go, unmute myself. Brendan Goodrich, I'm the AG for Area 10, the Big 10. We actually have 7. And the clubs are Southington, Kensington, Berlin, New Britain, Berlin, Plainville, Southington, Bristol, Terryville, and Thomaston. Did I forget anybody? No, that's it.
Thank you. So tonight we are missing Adele Hill. She is the assistant district, I don't know the number, I apologize. She's the assistant district governor that covers Ludlow, East Long Meadow, and Wilbraham Hamden. And we are missing Art Lobdell, who covers my area of my home club, which is Franklin County, Northampton, East Hampton, Amherst, Holyoke, and Chicopee. Dave Tedeschi is also missing, and he covers, Randy, I don't know those Connecticut clubs. I apologize for that. So if you did not hear your club named, then we will get you information if you do not know how to contact your assistant district governor, because we absolutely want to make sure that you know who's here to support you. Did I skip anyone? I think I got everyone. Okay, good. Awesome. Why do we teach this to you? Because it's important. Oh, and there is Adele. Adele just got here. So Adele, I already introduced you even though you weren't here. Welcome. When we focus our Rotary efforts, we always try to look at our areas of focus in Rotary. And you'd be surprised how these are connected. We really don't think about it beyond pure water sometimes, or the environment. But when we're doing grants, when we are doing projects, we always want to serve our community. And it's even better if we can focus on one of the Rotary areas of focus. The newest one, the 7th one, is the environment, which was just added, I think, 2 years ago. You're hearing a lot about pollinator projects, pollinator gardens, school gardens, and all of those things. But if you really think about it, we would have pure water if we took care of our environment and we did a better job of that. There would be less disease. We'd probably have a lot less trouble in the world if people were healthy with pure water, child and maternal health. I don't know if you've ever gone to work on an empty stomach, but do you know how hard it is to learn when you don't have enough to eat or you don't feel good? So I would love you as presidents, president-elects, or the people who have been designated to represent today, to really talk about the areas of focus with your clubs, with your officers, and look at what you're doing and focus these on your community. What would this look like where you are? I'm very excited to announce that President-elect Gordon McAnally from Scotland, who will be attending PETS in person, has set the theme for his presidential year of Rotary International of creating hope in the world. When you go to PETS, you're going to hear a lot more about this, and we are beyond lucky that President Gordon will be joining us from Edinburgh, Scotland. He'll be there in person Friday night for dinner. He will be our keynote speaker, and we will have a Scottish dance party complete with bagpipes. So we will learn more about Create Hope in the World. But before that, you have plenty of time to think about, what does that look like in your world? Create Hope in the World is a big thought. It looks like a big task. But what does it look like in your world? What does it look like in Holyoke? What does it look like in Springfield? What does it look like in Southwick? We are all from very different communities. What does it look like in Southington or Bristol? Where we are, our world, they're all different, but they're the same. There is needs all over. So as you move into the new year, starting July 1, this theme does not start till July 1. All it is now is in our thoughts and in our planning and in our dreams for what we look to achieve in the next Rotary year. And if you're able to incorporate the theme with one of the areas of focus, That's also a fantastic way to promote your club and everything that you're doing. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could simply gain members by attraction? Because we have people who want to join us because of what we're doing. So think about that. Create hope in the world. Create hope in your world. What does that look like? Again, planning your year around the presidential theme can really be a benefit to you. Think about all the beautiful graphics you already have at your disposal. For those of you that have already registered, thank you. The Northeast President-elect Training Seminar is March 9 through 11. It starts in the evening on Thursday the 9th, and it ends at noon on Saturday. We have 7 districts. 7 districts for Northeast Pets. All of these here from all these states and Bermuda. Mark, Bermuda, correct, Mark? Mark Glass, you still there?
Yeah, no, I'm muted. No, not Bermuda. Bermuda is
They're not
Empire. They're not in our pets.
Oh, so they're in zone, but they're not in pets. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry about that. So, so we have all of the New England states and Quebec. So the reason you're here, what do you expect from Northeast Pets? Well, first of all of the people that you met in this Zoom that are your district leadership will be there. They're going to be presenting you with trainings. The assistant governors receive new training with new ideas, things that are coming up in Rotary, and their job is to support you and pass that info on. So this is a lie about 3 countries. I apologize. It's 2. They're what to expect. 300 president-elects from 7 districts. You should be ready to share your ideas, take notes. You're going to learn about membership and recruitment from zone coordinators that work with so many different districts, different populations, giving you ideas on new clubs, enhancing your current club, and making sure that your members are engaged. You will hear from the experts. District meetings will teach you how the district works and what we have to offer. One of the things that we will do there is a meeting with just our club's presidents. One of the things we have to do is go over the budget. The district money belongs to all the clubs. That's why you pay district dues, we pay Rotary International dues. And April Beston, who is our treasurer and on this Zoom, will be presenting the budget to you at that point for your review. You'll see it again later on at the district training assembly, and then it will go for approval. Okay, so you are going to learn much more about how our district works and what we have to offer you. And again, you will meet Rotary International President Gordon McAnally from Edinburgh, Scotland. Some of our other speakers that are coming are Drew Kessler, who's a zone coordinator. He travels with his family. He was, I think, one of the youngest district governors ever. Is that correct, Eileen?
Yes, it is correct.
Yep, he's one of the youngest district governors ever. He's now he travels with his family. He's a great guy, and he's going to speak very candidly about his experience in Rotary. We are also very fortunate to have Alex Montoya coming. He is he was born without his limbs, and he uses 4 prosthetics. And we're going to hear from him about DEI from a very different perspective that a lot of us think of DEI. He's going to be there for the whole weekend. He'll be speaking as a keynote, but he will also be doing a special session for the assistant governors. So how lucky are we? Again, we will have Gordon McAnally on Friday night. That is going to be the big night. And then Saturday at breakfast, it'll be Mike McGovern, who will be speaking on foundation topics. So with that said, you need to register. We are better together. Next year, in the new Rotary year, my major focus will not be on any one initiative, separate from letting you know that we are better together. That when we access all of the Rotary, my computer's gonna die here. When we access everything available to Rotary, the Brand Center, Club Central, global grants, district grants, do you know that our district has a designated grant that's for Interact clubs who are doing projects? All of those things are available to all your clubs, big and small. And it's really, really important that we make sure that you know that. Now, I would like to, I'm going to stop sharing. By the way, I'm pretty proud of myself because I made this guy all by myself. So we will be sending out the slides for those of you that just want to see it, and you can share it. But for now, what I would like to do is open it up to questions. Any questions at all that you have about anything, about district leadership, about Northeast Pets. You can ask me or any of leadership anything. You can put it in the chat or you can raise your hand. Barbara Barron.
Am I muted? Can you hear me?
Nope, I can hear you, Barb.
Okay. So in the past, when I've gone to different events, I mean, we're going to be going to, Cappy and I are going to be going to pre-pets. What is the dress code? Could you?
That's a great question. Thank you. So so the dress code for all of pretty much all the sessions is what we say business or Rotary casual. So we all know pretty much what that means. Many of us are getting a little bit more dressed up for Friday night when President Gordon is going to be there. And Barb, you will understand this more than anything. You should wear your tartan if you have one. I wear my Holyoke tartan to the International Assembly. So if you have a tartan, if not, it's fine. But we want a little, this is not 3-piece suit and tie, you know, but maybe a jacket and a nice shirt for the guys and, you know, but we're not going to throw you out if you're in jeans.
Okay.
But if you want your picture taken with the Rotary International president, you probably want to not be in your pajamas.
So we want to make sure that, you know, like, there's not going to be any fancy dinner or anything like that?
No.
That we're, no. Okay.
So that's a great question. So, so all the breakfasts and the one lunch on Friday are buffet style. So there's plenty of choices for all of us that have special dietary needs. We worked really, really hard on that. The only plated meal is Friday night with President-elect Gordon. So Barb, wear your Holyoke tartan if you got one. I know you do.
I do, actually.
I know you do. Okay. All right. Anything at all? Anything. You can ask me anything, either about pets or anything else. Oh, actually, if you don't mind, everyone, Joanne, we introduced all of our district leadership. I think you weren't quite in yet. Would you be willing to introduce yourself now?
Absolutely, everyone. I am the immediate past district governor for District 7890, and I will be the chair of Northeast Pets next year in 2024. So thank you for recognizing me, Christine. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Joanne. And Joanne can answer all your membership questions that you have. Everything. She knows all of it. Right, Joanne?
So Christine, just a little housekeeping. I'm sure you saw, but for anyone who's ready to register, I put the link in the chat. And I just also put the direct link to the registration page itself, but the first link you can use to learn more about the event in general.
Thank you.
So go ahead and do that right now.
Yes. So if you have not yet registered for pets, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a tip. So you do want to register after the 17th of this month. Mark, please correct me if I misspeak. After the 17th of this month, which is 2 days away, they will open it up to the public because there's 45 people from another district who want to come, or from another pets, right?
No, they decided not to come.
Oh,
but
well,
it's a good idea that you register because Friday night we're opening it up.
yeah, so
people
Friday night,
can.
we're opening up the dinner to any Rotarian who wants to come since President-elect Gordon will be there. So if you do not register, then you're in danger of not being able to be at that very special event. When you register, it's going to ask you if you want a hotel room. and you will answer that question, and your room will be reserved under the Northeast Pets. You will pay for it when you go, and then most clubs will reimburse. There will be no charge for the conference. The district, your club has been assessed for that. Somebody asked that, when are we getting info about hotel rooms? We, for the first time since I can remember when I was president, are all in one hotel. So we are all at the Marriott in Newton. And when you show up there, you go to the desk and you give your name, and then they will give you your room. That's pretty much it. But your room is taken care of when you register. So make sure you carefully read everything when you register to ensure that you get a room.
And Christine, if I could interject, there is a big push Friday night because a lot of local clubs will be sending people. So they want you to register because there's only 575 people that can sit in the room. So once that number's met, so you have to register as soon as possible to get there by the 17th, or we're opening it up to the general Rotary public.
So you do not need to book your room separately, no. That will be handled with your pet's registration. Okay. So I'm looking in the chat. So thank you. Yes. So as you know, we're in the eastern part of the state in Newton. So there are clubs that are close there that can just come to dinner and go home. And we certainly want all of you there to be there with President Gordon. Want to give you a little idea what's going to happen Thursday night. Thursday night is not traditional to the pets that at least I've been to, and I've been to them all since 2012 when I was president. It is going to be a big house of friendship. We're calling it the Hall of Friendship. We have a few hallways. Shelter Box will be there. There's going to be a special area where you can talk to the zone experts. They'll have handouts. We are having a virtual reality station where you will be able to experience polio, giving polio drops. I've been told that it's incredibly moving, that it's so real. We will also have a big selfie station. We're going to have areas where we are showing, highlighting projects. There's vendors there selling Rotary swag, clothing, all sorts of other things. So it is going to be a very dynamic pets. And Friday night, there'll be food and a cash bar, obviously. Thursday night for the House of Friendship. But that is an enormous networking time. It is not as structured as everything else. So this is a time when you can really get to know people and where you can really, really make sure that you are making those connections. So, one thing that I do want to say is that, is that you want to bring your business cards, a lot of business cards, and you also want to do something different than I did at my first pets, and that's what I sat with everyone I knew. Spread out, sit with people you've never met, meet somebody from another district, sit with the contingent from Quebec. As we move across regions, people are doing amazing projects that we might never hear about at our local clubs. This is the one opportunity for presidents in person to meet people all over the Northeast that are doing amazing things and make collaborations, right? You can work together. So, sorry, are kids allowed for the event or just adults? So thank you for that question. Do you pronounce it Vanya? Thank you. Vanya, thank you from Southington. Vanya, so because what the district pays for you to attend covers all your meals and the conference and everything, it's really not for kids. If you did want to, did I do that? Is someone screen sharing by mistake?
One thing I'd have to
Bill
add,
Spalding,
Christine,
you are screen sharing, my friend.
one thing I have to add, Christine. Thursday night is not included in your registration.
I was
You have to
just
pay
gonna
an
say
extra.
that.
Oh, okay.
So Thursday night, because it is not part of the big conference, well, it is, but it's kind of separate. We're saying it's optional, but you do not want to miss it, folks. You will have to check a box. Bill Spalding, you're doing it again. You are going to have to check a box to make sure you sign up for Thursday night. I would say that it would be okay if you wanted your kid with you Thursday
No.
night, but it's probably not going to be really kid friendly because it is going to be all adults. That's all I can say. You
The
will get
cost
your
is, the cost is $25 a person also for that.
yes,
to
and
go.
all that's when you go to register for pets, you will see all of that. So, Vanya, I know it's weird for me to say kids aren't allowed because I don't think I've ever been asked that question before, but you're going to be in class after class after class. And it's really not conducive to having kids, kids there. Like I said, Thursday, I mean, it would be kind of okay, but really for all of Friday and all of Saturday, you're going to be running session to session, and it would be a lot. So, unless your kid's like mine in 19 and can play with themselves, that might be difficult. So I have most of the badges, Barb, the new badges, which will be given out at Pets at our district meeting. But I believe that you get the mark, the one that like
Yeah.
hangs around your neck. It's a paper thing, and you
Yeah,
have that. So you'll have
once-
that.
Yeah,
And I
once you
believe that your
register.
meal choices will, for supper, will have a ticket in it. And if you've been to Pets before, you kind of know what that is. But you're at your nice badge. If I knew when I ordered the badges who you were, you will have a badge. If you didn't, yours will be coming later, and you'll receive it most likely at the district training assembly on April 1st. All right, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the chat for questions. Do you want us to come prepared to take notes or no? So one of the things that you will notice when you register is that you will have guidebook, which is an app you can put on your phone. Your personal schedule will be on there, as well as the general schedule for everybody and where everything is. But I would suggest that you absolutely bring something to take notes. Rotary is all about us not wanting us to print things out and use paper, right? That's what they're telling us. So we are very limited about what we're supposed to be printing out. So you absolutely want to. I know that most hotels have the little pads with a pen, but I won't guarantee they're going to give it to us.
Could I add one thing?
Sure.
The name tag, when you register, you can get a name tag with a lanyard on it. It's going to have your meals. It's also going to have what rooms you're in for your classes with breakout sessions. So everything's going to be right there when you register for that.
So Vanya, I would say it is your preference. If you work well on a laptop or tablet to take notes, fantastic. Make sure you have a plug. There'll be plugs in all your cord, and just in case. For me personally, I need to write it in a book because that's how I remember. And then I have to put it in the computer later, but whatever works best for you. But I would absolutely say, take notes, a lot of notes. You can always go through them later and decide what you don't want. But you will meet amazing people doing great things all over the North. And I don't think that any of you can't record in the big room for the speakers, but I don't see any problem with you recording your sessions in your president's rooms, your president's breakouts, but I would ask the speaker. So yes, you will get your personal schedule, Barb. It'll be in guidebook. So all the presidents have the same classes, but you're not all in the same room. So you may be doing, visioning while someone else is in membership, and then you'll move around. But your classes are decided for you. It's going to be different at the district training assembly. The president-elects will have classes. And then the next 2 sessions, you decide which class you want to go to, and there'll be many options. But for Pets, it is preordained. You will not be disappointed. Anything at all. You can ask me anything.
Christine, what's the policy on spouses?
So spouses I know have come and stayed in the hotel. They don't really go to sessions or any of that. And I think except for Friday night, they wouldn't be really in the meals because all the meals are included in the registration. But she could pay to go to the dinner with President Gordon. You can register her separately for that. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
After the 17th.
Yes, after the 17th, and that's 2 days away. It'll open up, Maurice. I can try to remind you of that. I'll be sending, actually, I'll probably send out a district notice letting people know in case somebody wants to make a trip just for the day. Oh, this is something, if you have come to Pets many times, this you always get a gift when you register from the group. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's not a bag. So if you were thinking you would show up and get a bag to carry your stuff around, this year it's not a bag. So you should bring your briefcase or whatever you like to carry your stuff around in. So thank you, Wayne. But I know Barbara and Cappy are co-presidents, but they may or may not be in classes together. The people that schedule that will put them somewhere. So I absolutely think it might be better if they're not together, because then they get double whammy. But that's something that I can't control, and I don't think they will probably be together, except for the district meetings where everyone in this group who goes will be there because we're all District 7890. Anything, ask me. I allowed plenty of time for so many questions. Nothing? Oh, Art, I see that you just joined us. Would you introduce yourself, please?
Art Lobdell, how are you? Assistant Governor for Area 2. So here I am. I'm traveling. That's why I'm off camera at the moment. Had a closing at my office. So.
Thank you, Art. And I think Adele came in late too. Adele, are you still here?
Yep, still here. Sorry, still taking care of patients this late. So apologize
That's
for
okay.
jumping in late.
Can you just introduce yourself and tell us which clubs you cover?
Yep. Hi, I'm Adele. I'm the current president of the East Long Meadow Club, and I'm assistant governor for Area 3 for Ludlow, Wilbraham, Hamden, and East Long Meadow.
Thanks, Adele. So I have a question. What would you say is the best part of Pets? So I'm going to tell you my opinion, and I'm going to ask a couple of people that have been before because we're all different. I have been to every single Pets since 2012 when I was president, virtual and in person. And the best part is the people you meet, the conversations you have, and the relationships that you create. Absolutely. Beyond any kind of training that we could ever get. For me, that's the most important of what I thought was the best part. Brendan, you've been to a few.
Yes, probably the most interesting part for me were all the ideas that you get. You get so many ideas that you start writing them all down and you want to do everything. My recommendation is just pick the best ones. Think about your club, what will fit for your club, but you're going to get lots and lots of great ideas. You're going to come out of there with so much energy and so much inspiration. It's amazing.
Thanks, Brendan. Joanne, what about you? You've been to quite a few Pets. What do you say is the best?
Yeah, like you, Christine, I've been going to Pets or planning Pets since 2012. So I agree with you that meeting the new people is also great. But I think Brendan can relate to the 9/11 breakfast, which is something that I learned about at Northeast Pets a few years ago. And it is now an annual event for the Southington Club and for the Farmington Club and Kensington Berlin. So that was something we didn't know about. And by attending Northeast Pets, you know, we met some folks there, started talking with them, just sharing different service projects that we do, and picked up on that. And I think, I'm not positive, but I think it came out of Wakefield, Rhode Island. So yeah, I think that you are right on with that, Christine. Meeting all those people and being able to share ideas is a really huge piece.
So I'm going to ask President-elect Elizabeth Sheridan, because I first met her when I spoke at Pets the year I was first assistant governor, which was, I think, 2013. Liz Sheridan, what do you think is the best part of Pets? Because I know you've been before.
Hello, everyone. I just love how everyone is like, they feel the same about the community, about giving back. And we all are trying to do something better for the community. And it's just a great way to work together on a mission. I love the motto this year about, giving hope for the world. And you meet so many great people and they have so many great ideas. I think Joanne is the one that told me about the first responders breakfast or the 9/11 breakfast. And we've been doing it every year since. And it's one of our great service projects that we do.
Thank you so much. All right. Does anyone have any differing opinions that would like to say something about their experience at Pets? Pam? You're muted, Pam. Oh, there we go.
Okay, so I just want to say everything that all of you have said is so true. I loved every minute of it with being people from all over. But another thing I always loved, and Christine, you as well, is the swag. We head right down to that swag and we see what we can pick out for the next year to have on for Rotary.
Yes, Russell Hampton, who's a large distributor of Rotary stuff, will be there. I think they have 8 tables because it's a much bigger space. Also, my custom tailor will be there, who we met at International Assembly. They will be there as well. So if you, I know that Barbara, when we went to district conference one year, they had buy one shirt, get one free, and we each got one. It was a long time ago. But yeah, so if you're looking for some Rotary stuff, even if you simply want to get a special pin for your president-elect that will come up after you. There's small things and there's big things, but that's also a lot of fun, all the swag. Thanks, Pam, for bringing that up. So I just want to bring up a couple more things before I go to the last questions, and then we'll wrap up. I said 8:30, but I did not want to keep you that long if you didn't need to be here that long. But it's always better to go early than it is for me to say, sorry, we're over. So I want to remind you that after Pets, we have the district training assembly, which is April 1st. You should have all received postcards. They look like this. Actually, with my screen thing on, you can't see. You should have received your president or president-elect, or someone should have received a postcard that looks like this in the mail. And on the back is everything coming up all the way to July 1. If you did not get these, or you need some more, you should let me know. But except for Pets, we have our district training assembly, April 1. That's going to be in Springfield. It's going to be from 8:30 to 2. And it is going to have a ton for you to do. We are encouraging not only for you to come, any club member, especially new members. We're going to have a Rotary 101. Alex from Pittsfield is going to speak on global grants. Dave Tedeschi of the Newington Club is going to do a session on human trafficking. Joanne Alfieri is going to run a membership session. It's going to be fantastic, and it's going to be not far, and it's going to be inexpensive. So make sure that you sign up. Thank you, April, for keeping that chat going with all your links. So please be sure that you look into that and bring as many people from your club as you can. We are better together, and the more your members know about the Greater Rotary, the more successful you'll be and the more your members will be engaged. Randy Chappelle has his district, he's our sitting governor. He has his district conference coming up on April 22nd. That's going to be in Burlington. And for those of you who are on social media, Evan Burrell from Australia is going to be a keynote speaker. You can check him out on Facebook, Evan Burrell, Changemaker. So you should definitely check that out. It's a one-day event. So if you want to ride back and forth, you can. And if not, you can stay over. It's up to you. But all of this information for registering is on the District 7890 website on the right. Adele, I do not have an agenda for that right now, but I will have Joanne or Randy send that out after this meeting, if they, or at least give you the update about what they have put together. The last event that will, I'm sorry, and on May 20th is the Day of Service. Randy, do you want to talk a little bit about the day of service? Because that's still yours.
Sure, yeah. So the day of service, last year was two districts. It was 7890, our district, and then 7980, which is Southern Connecticut. Last year we had roughly 90 clubs and 3,000 Rotarians involved in a project on a single day. It was on April 9th. It was very successful, and so successful, in fact, that the word got out. And now this year we're going to have 8 districts. So we're going to have 8 districts and Bermuda, so 8 districts and 2 countries. So the goodness there is that we're going to have 450 clubs and up to 12,000 people all involved in a project on the same day. So it's going to be really great. It's going to be May 20th. We ask you that you go ahead and register your projects with Kate Sims. You'll be hearing a lot more from us. We had our kickoff on Monday, but this is going to be a great day. And by the way, we're starting to hear that there's a lot more attention across the country about this project. So next year, who knows? It could be humongous. So get your projects in. It's going to be a great day.
Thank you. And one of the things that's so special about this is all of these districts have put together wonderful press releases, graphics, and all sorts of resources that every club can use to promote their project in their area. In Massachusetts, we are going to work on getting a bunch of local presidents on Mass Appeal. For those of you Western Mass people will know what that is. And as soon as I have information about that, I will let you know. And Eileen, just one more thing. I responded to your chat. So this year, the celebration of you will happen on June 11th. That is the district installation. And that's going to be happening at the Log Cabin in Holyoke. It's a brunch from 11 to 2. And if you've ever been to the Log Cabin, it's gorgeous. It's not going to rain that day, so we're going to be outside. Also, we'll have inside and outside. It's only going to be about $55, maybe 60 tops, but it's worth it because it includes mimosas. I was asked by a president why we push these events so much, and they said, because she said to me, oh, you want the seats filled, right? It's not about just filling the seats, folks, right? If you're willing, or your president-elect is willing, and your AG is willing, and your district officers are willing, we want to celebrate that at the installation. We want to honor them for their commitment, and that is why we do it. Okay, that's why we do it. So please watch for these events. They're all listed on the website right now. I think the only thing that doesn't have a link to register is the installation, because April and I are going to meet with the cabin to get that set up. But everything else you can leave this Zoom and register for, okay? And right now, before we, the pollinator event, Randy, do you want to talk about that pollinator Zoom quickly that's coming up?
Absolutely. It's funny, while you were talking, I was also multitasking and
I'll
typing
just put it in the chat.
a reminder. The pollinator webinar, so it's coming up next Thursday, 7 o'clock. We have a gentleman from the National Park Service, Chris Stein, as well as a master gardener, Tina Hall, from another district. I don't have that number, but this is going to be how to create a pollinator garden. So I've talked about this in all my club visits, and you know, the question I keep getting is, well, it sounds like a great idea, but how do you do it? So if you haven't registered already, please do so. It's going to be a 1 hour seminar. I think there's going to be a lot of great information there. And Eileen, I know it's right on top of your grant seminar. You and I should have been talking a little more, but the good news is 2 things: that there'll be a second grant seminar on March 21st, but I'm also going to record this session, and April and I have been talking, and possibly we'll have it up on the YouTube link. But if you can make the event, you'll have the opportunity to ask questions. So please go and register on the district website. I'm also sending out a link direct to the registration page.
Thanks, Randy. So one reminder, we want your members engaged. And as incoming president, I'm sure you have a lot on your shoulders. Please feel free to tap one of your members who may be a passionate gardener, or someone who's passionate about the environment, or maybe the person that hasn't found their niche yet, right? Tell them, would you be willing to take this on for the club and bring that information back? If it's always you and only you, will not engage our members in the greater Rotary. We love you. We want you to be there with your members if you can get them. That's great. But you know what? It can't always be you. It can't always be me. So please, please, feel like you can ask somebody to do it. The one who's not, who hasn't found their niche yet, or somebody who simply is passionate about this. So lastly, I want to turn it over to Eileen Rao to talk a little bit about the upcoming foundation webinars that are coming. Eileen, you're muted.
Sorry, it didn't like my click when I clicked on it. If your club and you would like to have the opportunity to learn more about district grants and global grants, help is on the way. In order for your club to be able to apply for funds, district funds, to help fund a grant project, whether it's a district grant or a global grant, 2 members of your club need to attend one of the grant webinars that are coming up. One is Thursday next week, February 23rd, and there's one March 21st, both at 7 o'clock. And the same information will be available on each date, so you don't have to attend both. It'll be an opportunity for you to learn more about the Rotary Foundation, how the Rotary Foundation can support your club and can help you fund a project that your club is really, really enthusiastic about. The registration, sorry, my cat just jumped on top of my computer, excuse me. I have a friend who's joining District 7890. If you would like to register for either of these webinars, they are on the right side of the district website. You can choose the date you want, and you will get the ability to register for that particular webinar that you're interested in. If you have any questions about grants or the foundation, please contact me or our foundation chair, Prasad Menon, who has many, many years and knows a lot about global grants and about the foundation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eileen. And Pam Lupoli had her hand up. And Vin, I'll come to you next.
Okay, I wanted to ask Eileen, I don't know if I'm the only one, but I signed up for next week's grant webinar, and I also want to do the pollinator. Can we change that to go to the following month rather than having to stick with our date this next week? So that we
Yes,
can
just
see the
register for the March, because what counts is whether you come to the webinar, whether you get, you have to get
Exactly.
obviously credit for it. So just sign up
Okay.
for March 21st.
Okay, even though I already signed up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, good, thank you.
Vin?
Yes. Want to let everybody know we all have our passions in Rotary, and my passion for the last 27 years has been our young people. And just to let you know, we are sending 6 students out to Wisconsin for the World Affairs Seminar. Each year, we send juniors to the World Affairs Seminar in Wisconsin. 15 years ago, believe it or not, their topic was how do they deal with a pandemic, and students from all over the world attend. But in order to have the opportunity, certainly your clubs can send them. But we have our RILA program, which is the Rotary Youth Leadership Awards program, every June. This year it's on June 4th and or June 3rd, I believe. It's a Saturday. And registrations are available on the district website. If you don't receive a hard copy or something through Club Runner, you can register on the website, and it's for sophomores. And it's a great opportunity for them to meet other students and also be inspired as interactors, so that at some point in the future, they may be able to apply for one of those Interact grants and possibly develop our Interact network within the district. So please consider sponsoring a student or two for RILA in June. And I thank you very much for the time.
Thank you, Vin. And we're going to have a session on youth programs on April 1st at the District Training Assembly, where you will learn more about how our district and other districts have their youth programs. Are there any last questions? Oh, somebody asked me, hold on one second, Adele. So somebody asked me, if you're registering for pets and you don't know your member ID, can you leave it blank? Yes, you can. Absolutely. You can just leave it blank.
But you
If you're
can find it
club
on the website,
Oh,
on the Rotary International website, if you really are interested.
Thank you, Adele. If your club uses Club Runner, your ID should show up in your profile. That's absolutely correct. And also, thank you, Vanya. If you have a Rotary magazine, your ID number is on the back or when you log into your Rotary account. But if you were trying to register during this Zoom and you didn't want to fish around, you can leave it blank. Are there any other questions? Anything at all? I want to thank you all very much for being here. The main goal is to remember that we are better together. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me for any reason at all. I received phone calls at home tonight to get this link for people that didn't want to email me. I'm here for you. I'm here to support you as all of your district officers are. I want to thank you very much for taking time out of your busy week to be here with us. And I look forward to seeing you all at Northeast Pets. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you.